What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video on the Fearless Nick YouTube channel. Today, I'm going to be going over my round 2 AFL tips for this upcoming round. Yeah, just before we get into that though, I'm going to be going over my round 1 tips, seeing what tips I got right. It's only going to be a quick summary though, and which tips I absolutely bottled. There was a couple that I absolutely bottled. I got 6 out of 9 though, I think, so I guess it's not too bad. Round 1's always a few upsets. But yeah, if you remember, if you're new to the channel, please drop a like, drop a sub if you're enjoying the content. And yeah, remember to join my tipping comp down below, link in the description. And yeah, drop a like, drop a sub if you're enjoying the content, if you're new to the channel. Yeah, drop a sub would mean the world. And yeah, without any further ado, let's get stuck into it! Alrighty, so here we are, ladies and gentlemen, round 2. Yeah, before we go over this though, I'm gonna go back a week, just see what I got. So scrolling down here, yeah, so obviously I got the D's right. I actually did change the margin. I tipped 12 in the video, but I changed it to 22 off camera, just because I thought, you know, 12 doesn't seem like the D's. They either blow it out or they lose. That's really how they play. Yeah, Carlton Richmond, very good from Carlton perspective. I was not expecting that. I was expecting the Tigers to win that, but fair play to the Blues. They played very well. This one I did not see coming. Collingwood upsetting St Kilda. I did not see that coming at all. Yeah, I was predicting, you know, Collingwood to just, St Kilda to, you know, just fly away and just get an easy win. But Collingwood well played. This one I feel a little bit silly about because I felt like I probably should have tipped Geelong. Anyway, I tipped Essendon, bit of an upset, didn't come off for me. I got the last 5 correct. I tipped Sydney to beat GWS. That happened. That was a very good game. I watched that game. Brisbane beat Port Adelaide. Yeah, I tipped Brisbane there. Port Adelaide played very well, but yeah, just couldn't quite get it home. Hawthorn came back against North Melbourne. That didn't really surprise me. North Melbourne started well, but Hawthorn too good in the end. This was probably game of the round. Adelaide and Fremantle. That was such a good game to watch. That and GWS and Sydney were the best game, but Fremantle getting up in a point. I was so angry when they were down by, I think it was, I don't know, 20 points or whatever. I was so angry. But yeah, luckily they came out for me. And this one, it came off. Yes! I got this one right. Gold Coast defeating West Coast. I reckon a few would have actually predicted Gold Coast to win, but, you know, bit of an unexpected one. Not many saw that coming. I did, obviously, and probably a few others did. But yeah, that is the round 1 tips. I got 6 out of 9. Pretty good considering I got 3 in a row, and then I got 3 incorrect, and then I got 5 in a row. So yeah, that is quite good. Now let's move on to the round 2 tip. Righty, ladies and gentlemen, here we are, round 2. So I'll just fix up my camera there. There we are. Yeah, here we are, round 2. So it all starts. No Wednesday night footy in this round. We've got Thursday night between the Western Bulldogs and Carlton. This is a very interesting game. I would have said at the start of the year, Bulldogs win this easy. Now, I'm almost thinking Carlton will win this. But, see, Carlton play very well against the Dogs all the time. They nearly got the win last year. The Blues just fell away in the last quarter. I feel like the safe option would be the Dogs. Yeah, I'm going to tip the Dogs, I think. I can see Carlton winning. Although I made this mistake last week, though. I don't want to look like an idiot and just tip against Carlton every week and they win, I feel like this game they will lose. The Blues. It'll be a good contest. It'll be really, really close. But I think the Doggies are just a class above. So I'm going to say 15 points. 15 points the Dogs win. I feel like they will be a bit too strong. It's going to be a very good game though. I hope Carlton put up a good fight. Although, think about it, no Adam Chera. I don't know if Sam Walsh is going to play. I think with Adam Chera going out, I think that's going to really hurt them because obviously the Dogs have the best midfield in the comp, or up there at least. But yeah, I'm going to say the Dogs win that one. I think they'll just be too good. Sydney and Geelong, another very interesting one. Sydney last week looked really, really good. Geelong, well, yeah, they were just unbelievable, weren't they? They absolutely made me look like a fool last week. So that almost makes me want to tip Geelong. But it's at the SCG though. Far out. No, I'm going to tip Sydney. They did win it last year. They beat Geelong at the SCG last year. Friday night, I think that will be too good. It's going to be a very good game. But I feel like Sydney will be too good at the SCG. If it was at GMHBA, I would definitely tip the Cats. But I feel like the Swans, they're going to do something similar to last year. They're going to start the year well. They might fall away later. But I've got the Swans winning that one. Move down here. Collingwood v Adelaide. Collingwood last week looked very good. I thought they were a class above the Saints last week. Yeah, they were just too good. Adelaide, on the other hand, looked good in patches, but yeah, just kind of screwed it up in the end. I mean, they led by 17 points in the last quarter and choked. Yeah, they nearly stole victory, but almost just couldn't quite. At the MCG, it wouldn't shock me if Adelaide won, but I'm going to tip Collingwood. I think the way they played last year, Craig McRae looks like he's got a great game plan. Their ball movement looks pretty solid. They take a few risks now, which is good to see. And yeah, that means Collingwood start the year 2-0. That's a very good start considering, yeah, last year I think they were like 11 rounds in and they'd only won 2 games. But anyway, I've got Collingwood winning there against Adelaide at the MCG, and that's on Saturday afternoon. Also on Saturday afternoon, we've got the Bombers and the Lions. Gee, the Bombers, they embarrassed me last week. They absolutely embarrassed me. I tipped the Bombers to finish 5th this year, and they can't beat Geelong, and they're sitting last. The Lions, on the other hand, weren't convincing, but they did get the win over Port Adelaide. At Marvel Stadium, the Bombers could bounce back. It would be a very Essendon thing to lose round 1 and then bounce back in round 2. The Lions aren't the greatest team at Marvel, other than saying that, I think they are the better side. Jeez, this is tough. I'm gonna go Brisbane. I think Brisbane, the better side. I feel like, you know, they're just going to be a little bit more prepared. I think Essendon, I'm not regretting my tip yet, because I still feel like Essendon could finish top 5 or maybe top 6. I think they are a top 6 team, Essendon, and obviously Brisbane are a top 6 team. But I've got the Lions winning only marginally, probably around 3 goals, but yeah, they aren't the greatest team at Marvel, Brisbane, but I feel like they will win this game. Next up, we've got Port Adelaide taking on Hawthorn at the Adelaide Oval on Saturday night. I think this is a pretty easy one. Port Adelaide, I think, will win that one. Yeah, I don't see Hawthorn winning this. Both teams, well, Port Adelaide last week looked a little bit shaky. Hawthorn as well looked shaky, but, you know, was solid at the end. Adelaide Oval, Port Adelaide are very good. They don't normally lose to sides below them, or teams that are not on their level. They normally lose to teams that are above their level, but they don't lose to teams below. It would be very un-Port Adelaide like to lose this. So I'm going to tip Port to win that. I think Hawthorn will be solid, but I think they won't stand up to the pressure. I think the home crowd is going to get Port Adelaide over the line. Here we are, another easy one. Saturday, it's 8 p.m. Metricon Stadium. We've got the Gold Coast Suns taking on the reigning premiers, the Melbourne Football Club. Probably Melbourne, I think. I think Melbourne, it's safe to say Melbourne, we're just too good for the Doggies. I think, I don't see them losing this. It would honestly shock me quite a bit if Gold Coast managed to get this win. Although you never know, Metricon, MCG, there would be no chance. At Metricon, they may be the slimmest chance. But I'm going to say Melbourne by around 30 points. I think they'll be too strong. They absolutely blew them out of the water last year. That was at Marvel though. But look, I think Melbourne, it's safe to say that they're just too good. We're nearly at the end here. This is a very interesting game. North Melbourne and West Coast. North Melbourne last week actually looked pretty good, I think. They stood up well in the first half against Hawthorn, but just couldn't quite put on the scoreboard enough. West Coast last week looked very shaky against the Gold Coast Suns. Marvel Stadium. North Melbourne did beat West Coast last year. One of the only teams to lose to North last year, West Coast. But I feel like West Coast, on the other hand, West Coast, their home away from home would probably be Marvel Stadium. I think West Coast of the stadium, then probably they do play well in Melbourne, West Coast, barring last year. In the years prior, though, they played very well when they've been in Melbourne. So I'm going to tip, do I tip North Melbourne? Oh wow, this is such a hard game. I'm going to tip West Coast. I may change it off camera, but on camera, I'm tipping West Coast. They can, but I was going to say they can't play bad 2 weeks in a row. You actually can, but West Coast, I'm going to say win this game. Marvel Stadium. I feel like North will definitely put in a good effort, and I think it will be under 10 points. I'll be surprised if it's over 10 points. I'm going to say West Coast win by around 8 points. I think they're going to be just the stronger side in this one. Second last game of the round, we got Richmond taking on GWS at the MCG. This is another interesting game. Richmond last week, I think, looked good until Carlton blew them out of the water. But barring that last quarter, I think Richmond looked pretty solid, if I'm going to be honest. GWS as well looked pretty solid until it's basically the same story. GWS, looked good, and then Sydney blew them out late. Oh wow, at the MCG, GWS played horribly at the MCG, as we all know, in 2019. I'm going to tip Richmond. I feel like Richmond probably, these two are probably on the same level. Play very well at their best, but their worst is just not good enough. I'm going to tip Richmond though. I think no Toby Green. I think even though it didn't look like he hit the Giants, I think at the MCG the Giants are going to struggle. And obviously Richmond, they've made that ground a fortress for the last few years. And yeah, I think they will get the win here, Richmond. One of these teams is going 0-2. So if I had to choose it, it's more likely Richmond GWS go 0-2 than Richmond. I can't really see Richmond going 0-2. It'd be very un-Richmond-like to go 0-2. I'm going to tip the Tigers though. Hopefully they don't let me down 2 weeks in a row. And the final game of the round and of this video, we've got on Sunday, the 17th of March, 6:20 at Optus Stadium. That is 6:20 Melbourne time as well, which is good, at least it's not late. We've got Fremantle taking on St Kilda. Fremantle last week had their good patches and had their down patches. Like, when they're on, Fremantle, they're kicking last week. My goodness, bro, they could have like 15-year-olds could probably kick better than them. Last week, they call themselves AFL footballers. Anyway, Freo up against St Kilda. St Kilda last week didn't look very impressive at all. Fremantle, on the other hand, didn't look that impressive. They were good at their best is probably very good, Freo, but they didn't quite show their best last week. They nearly choked that. But I think at Optus Stadium, I think Fremantle are the better side. St Kilda, though, don't have the worst record at Optus Stadium. I could see them winning. But I'm going to go with the Fremantle Dockers. I think the Dockers are the better side, and I feel like they will do very well. This season, even though I had them 9th, I could easily see them finishing 7th. So yeah, if the Saints can't really afford to go 0-2, but I feel like at Optus Stadium, I feel like the Dockers will be too strong. I could see the Saints winning, but I'm going to go the Dockers in that one. So scroll back up here. So we've got Bulldogs by 15, Sydney to beat Geelong, Collingwood to beat Adelaide, Brisbane to beat Essendon, Port Adelaide to defeat Hawthorn, Melbourne to defeat Gold Coast, West Coast to defeat North, Richmond to defeat GWS, and Freo to defeat St Kilda. So there we go, guys. That is my round 2 tips for this upcoming round. Comment down below your tips in the comments below. Drop a like, drop a sub. It really help out the channel a lot. If you're new, welcome. Click the like button if you're enjoying the content. Subscribe if you're new. And yeah, I guess that'll wrap up today's video. Hope you enjoyed. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers!